If you're watching this right now, I know you either want to vlog or blog, so stop telling yourself you can't, because you're great and you can. Hi vloggers, welcome back to a BOH TV and another day of the Blogging Basics series. I just want to give a sort of public service announcement that blogging and vlogging are both really effective strategies to help you work towards your next breakthrough. You know, there are lots of people making a living from generating content for their blog and YouTube channel, and it's also a great way of attracting more customers too. But before you decide which one to start or whether to do both, it comes down to deciding what's best for you. And I know it can be a hard decision to make, so I wanted to take you through some of the main advantages and disadvantages, and also some things that you need to consider. The first and most important thing you need to consider is what you'll actually talk about. And the great thing is, blog posts and videos are great for providing all sorts of different types of information. Tutorials, news updates, reviews. Generally speaking, YouTube works well for people who have something to show. So that's why beauty tutorials are so popular. Anyone else love binge watching these, or is that just me? So DIY tutorials and product reviews all work really well on YouTube. If on the other hand you're explaining complex information or you're teaching a certain strategy, then that might be better in a blog post, because you can use subheadings to break your content up into sections, and then that makes it a lot easier for your audience to consume. It's also a quicker way for people to scan through and see if they can find a specific section that they're looking for, rather than having to sit down through a video. Or you can throw the generals out the window and combine the two together, which is exactly what I do. So I talk about straightforward, quick, actionable strategies that you can implement here on YouTube, and then I go into a lot more detail on my blog. You're giving your audience the best of both worlds this way. The next thing you need to consider is what skills you have, or what skills you need to learn. So with a blog, you need to enjoy writing and be good at it. When you look at it that way, it's that simple. Like we said in yesterday's video, spelling and grammar errors are going to make you look a lot less credible to your readers, so proofreading your blog posts is a must. You'll also need to have some kind of creative ability when it comes to designing your website. You can pay someone to do this for you, but it does make sense for you to have some sort of control so you can make changes when you want. Another key skill you'll need to develop if you're running a blog is SEO, or search engine optimization. So this is all about using keywords in your blog posts that people are actually searching for, so you've got a better chance of ranking in search engines. That's the basic outline, but as we know, it can get a lot more complicated than that. I mean, most big companies now have their own SEO department. With vlogging, SEO still applies, but there's something else you'll need, and that is the ability to be confident on camera. It's the biggest thing, isn't it? People always come to me and say the one reason they don't want to start vlogging is because they're just so nervous. At their core, vlogs need to be engaging. No one will watch a video if the host is boring and unengaging. They just won't. So if you feel like you can't get your message across on camera in an engaging way, then you're probably best sticking to blogging. And just one more note about vlogging, it's definitely worthwhile to put some sort of script together before you film. A lot of people think it's just as simple as sitting down and hitting record, but do you know how much prep goes into a video before you even start to film it? It's a lot. Another important point to consider is what your audience wants. Online video is blowing up because they're really easy to share and they appeal to a wide range of people. You know, you could watch a cooking tutorial online and it could be really interesting and engaging, even for someone who hasn't followed a single recipe in their life. And travel blogging, Well, that's just perfect, isn't it? Because people watching that, it's like an escape for them. Watching vlogs is a much faster way for us to consume information. And in the generation that we're in, it also allows us to do other things too. You know, people watch videos while they're cleaning, while they're getting ready for work, while they're at the gym. I wonder if anyone watches my videos at the gym. That would be a little bit weird. Blog posts, on the other hand, appeal to people who want more information, which is why they're so valuable. With a blog post, you can go into a lot more detail, and you can also use internal linking to lead people to other posts on your website that's going to help them. You can do that on YouTube too, but it may not be as effective because, like we said, a lot of people do multitask while they're watching a YouTube video, but not necessarily when they read a blog post. Cost is another important factor to consider. Vlogging is usually more expensive than blogging, especially if you want to take it seriously, just because of the kit you'll need. You know, you'll need 1 or 2 microphones, 1 or 2 cameras, depending on the kind of, videos you create, and then somewhere to actually create your videos, especially if you're like me and you do the sitting down talking head type videos. Some vloggers even have their own separate setup, studio and makeup artists. And here I am in my little home office, but I love it. With a blog, you need access to the internet and a website and you're good to go. I also think it's becoming harder to make money from YouTube than it is from blogging, especially with some of the recent changes that have been made. With blogging, there are various different ways to make money, and obviously the more revenue streams you have, the more you're setting yourself up for success, but you don't necessarily get that with YouTube. So what would I do? I would do both. And I know you might be thinking, Holly, I don't even have time to create 1 blog post right now, let alone think about YouTube. But it doesn't have to be YouTube. You don't have to go all in. There are so many ways you can incorporate blogging and vlogging into your online presence. And a really easy way to do it is just write a full transcript for your video and then copy and paste that into a blog post. That's exactly what I've been doing with the Blogging Basics series to make sure that I appeal to all of my audience. Blogging and vlogging are both great ways for you to promote yourself. So I'd love to know, which one of these do you prefer? Are you a blogger or a vlogger or both? Which one do you think is more important? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're looking to have more conversation like this with like-minded bloggers, then please make sure you join our free Facebook community, the Blogging Breakthrough community. It's one of my favourite places to be, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. That's all for today, bloggers. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe for more blogging basics, and remember to be the boss of your blogging and vlogging so you can get 1 step closer to a breakthrough. You just bossed it.